The Mercury recently interviewed Stephen Rodriguez of Pottstown High School and Gary DeRenzo, Athletic Director for the Pottsgrove School District, and asked them about how the recent crashes involving their students affected the rest of the student body.
Just what was the effect that these crashes had on the students at Pottsgrove? How was that information delivered to them, and what was their response to that?
Our students were shocked, overwhelmed with grief. The first few days were not great here at Pottstown High School. We felt the loss deeply because the girls knew a lot of people, and this Pottstown is a small community. Even though it's a larger high school, it's a small community, and there's a huge crossover effect from Pottstown to Pottsgrove. Our kids know their kids know our kids. So when the first crash happened, yes, our kids were absolutely affected. They were much more affected by something that hit home, with kids who they saw every day. But nevertheless, we had a lot of Pottsgrove kids come to the vigil here for our students, and I know that a lot of our kids supported students over there as well. Most, and anybody who's driven a car can say that our worst years of driving were our first years of driving. I think that still holds true today. I know that Pottstown students do hold that privilege, seriously. They know that they can lose their license, but I also think that we need to us adults have to do a better job of making sure that they are provided with some clear, safe parameters. And like anything else, you're going to have a small number of students who push the limits and go beyond what is allowed.
I think it did have an effect. I think it was an isolated incident, which sometimes these tragedies are, and hopefully they stay that way. But then a second, incident, tragedy occurred. I think that did open up some eyes and say, maybe we have to look at some things differently. Maybe we have to be concerned with how many passengers are in my son or daughter's car at the time. I think a lot of that is much more parental than it is from the students, but I think there's definitely an awareness as far as what and who are going to be in my car. And again, that's not an issue of, it's an issue of distraction. It's an issue of, cell phone use and, all the things that are wrapped up in the legislation that's being put forward. And really the bottom line is adolescents and teens don't have the same driving experiences that adults do. Add in the distraction of having friends, peers in the car with them is something that I think they have thought about, have seen, it's been exposed to them, and hopefully it will elicit some change in behaviors.